Will everyone please join me in Gassho and repeat the Nembutsu with me? Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandats, namandats, nam. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you all so much for coming to today's service. This is a very important service for all of us today. This is the service of Hoonko. Now, I know that's kind of a weird word to say, or it sounds funny, but Dharma School students, I want you to try to say this word with me. So, ho, on, ko. And together that makes Hoonko. I know it sounds, the reason why it sounds kind of funny is because there's two O's next to each other. So you're kind of going, honk. So when you look at it, honk. So like, why do we have this service? And it sounds kind of funny, right? But in actuality, ho-on means repaying the deep benevolence. It means repaying great compassion. It means repaying, like doing our best to show our thankfulness. So, Dharma School students, this service, we are showing our deep thanks and deep thank you to Shinran Shonin. Now for our Lotus class, do you all remember where Shinran Shonin is on our shrine? Enzo kind of went like that. So, thank you. Yeah, he's right there. So for our younger Dharma School students, when I ask you, where is Shinran Shonin, can you point to him for me? He's right over here. He's right behind me. Yeah, right there. That's where Shinran Shonin is. And now, I know this may be a little difficult to understand, but if Shinran Shonin did not teach us, this temple would not be here. So we would not be able to gather here. We would not be able to see our friends. It's thanks to Shinran Shonin that our temple is here. This is one of the big causes and conditions, or karma, that we teach about in Buddhism. And what's amazing, I want you to remember this number. 1173. Dharma School students, say that with me. 1173. 1173. What number is that? I didn't hear you, Dharma School students. What is that? 1173. Very good. That is the year that Shinran Shonin was born. What year is it now? 2025. Okay, good. I didn't hear anyone say 2024. No, it's 2025. So, can you imagine being born back in 1173? That's a long time ago. But if it weren't for that year, and if it weren't for this Buddhist teacher, this temple would not be here. That is one of the meanings of the word karma. Right? How many Dharma School students, how many of you have heard that word before? Karma. Karma. I know you all have. Karma is a very deep teaching we teach in Buddhism. And it means cause and effect. But it goes beyond just, I do something nice, you do something nice, right? It means that if it weren't for countless causes and conditions, if it weren't for countless actions from the past, we would not be here now. So, we all should really take this time to deeply thank Shinran Shonin. Okay? And one of the main reasons why, and this is very important, Dharma School students, this message is very simple. Okay? Shinran Shonin's message to us, and especially one for children, that's easy for children to understand, is that you are fine as you are. You are fine as you are. So in the future, Dharma School students, whenever you hear someone who's not very nice, who says something like, you're not good enough, or you should be better, or you should, it doesn't make you feel very good, always remember, Shinran Shonin, our founder, gave us the message, you are good as you are. You are enough. So this is a very important message that Shinran Shonin left us. And because we are thankful for this, we express our deep gratitude by putting our hands together and saying Namo Amida Butsu. No joke, no joke. Shinran Shonin's message to us was you are fine as you are. Now, of course, this doesn't mean go ahead and be mean to people or cause harm to people, right? But what it does mean is that we are, we are imperfect. We sometimes make mistakes, right? This doesn't mean we give in to our laziness or our kind of sometimes, not so very nice impulses, but it means that at the end of the day, you are loved for who you are. And if there isn't a better example of this, it's your parents who bring you here. Your parents who take care of you every day. Your parents who love and cherish you. This type of love is the type of love that the Dharma gives us as well. No matter who we are, no matter how we identify, you are fine as you are. So Dharma school students, when you talk to your friends, when you see your friends and when you go out into the world, into the future, and when you make new friends, remember that at the end of the day, look them in the eye when they are in moments of hardship and sadness, and really sincerely say from your hearts, you are fine as you are. You are accepted for who you are. You are loved as you are. And this is one of the most important messages that Shinran Shonin has left us. So with this in mind, Dharma school students, let us take the time to thank Shinran Shonin, to thank the master who lived 1,173 years, well, when he was born in 1173. Let's take our time to thank him for this wonderful teaching, which may be so simple, but so deep, profound, and important. And often we forget. And especially when we become adults, we forget this too. Once again, Dharma school students, you are fine as you are. You are loved as you are. You are who you are. Thank you very much for coming to listen to this Hoonko message today and to pay our deep respects to Master Shinran. Please join me in Gassho and Nembutsu with me. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandat. Will everyone please join me in Gassho as I recite the words of our founder, Master Shinran Shonin. My life has now reached the fullness of its years. It is certain that I will go to birth in the Pure Land before you. So without fail, I shall await you there. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning again, everyone.
Morning.
The Gosandai, or quote that I pulled today, was from Shinran Shonin's, one of his letters to his followers. It's called Reply to Yu Amida Butsu. So one of the things about Shinran Shonin is that he was a scholar monk, yes. If you read any of his larger works, you'll see just how learned he is in the sutras and in the texts. He can pull these amazing quotes from all the various sutras and commentaries to defend the position of the Pure Land. But one that doesn't really get talked enough about, I think, is his ministry to the people who followed his work. So this is actually present in the letters. See, when we think about great religious leaders like Shakyamuni Buddha, one of the unfortunate things is that Shakyamuni Buddha never wrote down any of the things that he said. It was up to people like Ananda or other masters to memorize the teachings of the Buddha, verbatim, and then to relay them to, the next generation. And then, of course, inevitably, right, as the generations continue and as we get 2,000 years beyond the time of the Buddha, perhaps some things get lost in translation, or sadly, teachings become lost because it has been so long. But thankfully for us, we are able to still read the words of Master Shinran with the Gosandai and with the various other quotes that we're able to listen to. We are able to read the words of Master Shinran. And in fact, all of today, with the Dharma school chanting with Shoshi Nembutsuge, and today with the Nembutsu Wasan that we just chanted, were written by Master Shinran himself. So today, because today is our Hoonko service at the Tacoma Buddhist Temple, we are particularly reading texts and honoring and thanking Master Shinran Shonin for this wonderful teaching. Recently, or actually just yesterday, I returned from California for a very, very important business trip. This was prepare for what we call Tokudo. Tokudo is the first step of becoming a Buddhist priest in Japan. That's the name of it. It's called Tokudo. And what it also implies is that when you become a priest, you have to shave your head. So the priests who go upon this journey will also have to shave their heads and, in a sense, be reborn as priests. So one of the wonderful parts in my work in terms of teaching the chanting and liturgy really brings me back to why I wanted to become a priest in the first place. This really allowed me to revisit and reignite my passion, I feel, for becoming a Buddhist priest. Sometimes it's easy for us to get lost in the business of the year and, what's the next step? What's next on the agenda? What's next in the calendar, right? But times like this, when I'm able to go down and, in fact, begin to instruct candidates who want to become Buddhist priests in Jodo Shinshu, it helps me to remember why I became a priest in the first place. I have to also exercise various aspects of myself as well. Many of you know that one of my worst qualities is patience. One of the things that I fall short on is patience. I might seem okay right now, but you've never been in the car with me during traffic. And so, and my poor wife, Reverend Cindy, right, has to deal with that all the time. But, with this particular type of training, I have to teach them the basics of chanting Shoshi Nembutsuge and the Wasan. And it has to really bring me back to the reality of telling myself, remember, Tadao, no one is born an expert. No one is born proficient. No one is just, a master when they're born into this world. It's a thing that needs to be trained. It's something that needs to be respected and nurtured. And for Shinran Shonin, this is exactly what he was able to do for all of us in his writings, but especially his letters to his followers. He didn't just hand books off to his followers and say, okay, read this and leave, right? Shinran stayed engaged with all of his followers. He would respond with letters. Why were these letters collected? Because they were seen as treasures by his followers. This Gosandai, my life has now reached the fullness of its years. It is certain that I will go to birth in the Pure Land before you. So without fail, I will await you there. I think is one of the most beautiful letters or beautiful parts of letters written in Shinran Shonin's work. To me, this shows that he is not only a master in the text and in the scholarly aspect of Buddhism, but also in the pastoral care of it as well. Caring for those who are dreading the unknown, caring for those who are scared of inevitability. Our inevitability of being invulnerable. Our inevitability of not being invulnerable. This is something I think that Shinran also is, also really catered to for his members. When you read Shinran Shonin's letters to his followers, a lot of it does have to do with death and passing. This is because people, were very scared of, am I going to be going to the Pure Land? Am I worthy to be born into the Pure Land? Did I say Nembutsu enough times? Am I doing enough good deeds? And Shinran Shonin always wrote back and assured people, of course you'll be born in the Pure Land. Of course you will reach the realm of the Dharma. All people will reach the realm of the Dharma. You are accepted by Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion. Don't worry about the end of life. The end of life will come. Worry about right now. Worry about Butsu. Worry about cherishing your life as it is. This is why Shinran Shonin's message to us is so precious, because it is one of masterful inclusivity of all people and all sentient beings. All beings are welcome to the Pure Land. While we as humans and as people might have calculations in our minds, might not like some people, might like other people, draw some people close, we push other people away, Shinran Shonin teaches us that Amida Buddha, the Buddha of infinite light and infinite life, embraces all of us without fail. I think I can think of no better of a message to this, especially in a society, and sometimes in our society, we fall short in excluding others. We fall short, I should say that we fall short because we have excluded others. As human beings, we will make mistakes from time to time. But at the end of the day, when we come to think about it, all of us are embraced by Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion. I have no doubt that in some form or another, we will see each other again and be reunited with our loved ones in the Pure Land. Not in the sense that we will see them like the way that they are in heaven, but the way that they manifested in our lives, the lessons that they taught us, the love that they gave us. And is not that love continue to be passed down to the next generation as time continues, or to people around us? So with this whole Hoonko in mind, let us endeavor to really do our best to feel this love of wisdom and compassion, and especially during a time where there's so much anxiety and so much suffering. I would like to direct our attention just for a moment, if necessary, if we can, just for a moment, if we can, to those who were affected by the terrible fires in Southern California. I know all of us experience deep anxiety. My brother is down there in Tarzana, which is not that far away, which was not that far away from the fires. I remember the anxiety of making sure that he was okay. I had other family members who were affected by the fire, and I'm certain that all of you here have had someone who was affected by fires and know someone or have family members or loved ones who were. If you're able to donate to the various charitable causes that help those who were affected, I encourage you to do so. I am currently checking with the leadership of the Buddhist Churches of America to see if there is anything on a national scale that the Buddhist Churches of America is doing to help. But in this time of great sorrow and sadness for others, we are able to come together in the spirit of Nembutsu to tell everyone that they are not alone, to tell those affected by the fire, what can we do to help, and to thank the brave firefighters who sacrifice their time, their energy, and sometimes their lives to battle these fires to ensure that there is little damage as possible to the people and the animals surrounding them. This kind of energy is something I want all of us to think about in this time as we begin this new year. Hoonko, I think, has come at a very interesting time during this year. And I encourage all of us to think on the words of Master Shinran of ultimate inclusivity, as well as Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion, as we approach this new year with a deep sense of gratitude and togetherness. Thank you all very much for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come and partake in this slightly longer service of Hoonko. And while it might be a little bit long, it is still incredible. incredibly important. Please join me in Gassho. My life has now reached the fullness of its years. It is certain that I will be before you. So without fail, I will await you there. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Namandots.